Knon 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
Good morning, it's the Workers Beat. 972-647-1893 is our number. I'm here with
Bonnie Mathias, 972-647-1893.
And both of us are asking you to call us and make a pledge.
Please, because as of yesterday, we are still about $30,000 short of our goal. And, you know, if you like what you hear, this is an independent community radio station where you can call in and express your opinion and have your voice heard. But the only way that continues is by you giving us pledges here at KNON. Everybody that works here, everybody here 24/7, 365 a year, we're all volunteers. So you're not paying us. You're paying to keep the station on the air. And it costs about $46,000 a month to keep it on the air, because, you know, we have to pay all kinds of stuff. You have to have attorneys, you have to have CPAs. You know, we don't like that stuff either, but it's the cost of doing business. That's the way it is.
I think the main thing is the question is whether or not you're ready to fight. You saw what happened yesterday at Volkswagen in Tennessee.
I'm so sorry.
The union and the company had agreed some months ago that if the union could sign up a majority of the workers there, that they would establish a kind of union or some kind of representation for the workers.
Yep.
However, then came the politicians, the governor and the senator from Tennessee, and the big money, especially from the Koch brothers.
Yep.
And they started buying billboards, started conducting a campaign against the union, started filing lawsuits, started throwing millions, I don't know how much money they threw into this to frighten the workers and to turn them against the idea of having any kind of democracy and dignity in the workplace on their own. So yesterday the vote was taken. We lost by 43 votes.
No, is that all?
Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to fight? Are you going to be pushed around? Are you going to allow the millionaires and the billionaires of this country to take away democracy and your very basic right for dignity on the job? Because that's what happened in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I heard what the senator said. The senator came out and said, well, you know, Volkswagen said.
He's celebrating.
Oh, yeah, he had a big party last night. Because he walked around, told everybody, you know, Volkswagen said if we don't have a union in this plant, they're going to bring on some more folks. And we're going to expand and start building a SUV or something.
Yeah, and of course the Volkswagen management said that what the senator was saying was simply not true.
Right.
That their expansion plans had nothing to do with whether or not the union election was won.
That's right.
The question is, are you ready to fight? Here's some stuff you can do. Tarrant County block walking starts today at 10 o'clock at the Tarrant County Central Labor Council office, located at 4025 Roof Snow Drive, Fort Worth, Texas 76180. Here's the more information number to help Tarrant County Central Labor Council get out the vote. 817-284-1461. They will also be walking on, I think, the next two Saturdays. That's February 22nd and March the 1st. Dallas AFL-CIO asks us to start phone banking at 10 a.m. on February 17th at 334 Center Street in Dallas. That's the Teachers Union Hall, the Alliance AFT. Phone banking will be 10 in the morning to 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. They just want you to come in and do what you can do. Yeah. You don't have to do 10 hours.
No.
You just come in and do an hour, do 2 hours. Lorraine Montemayor there will help you, so you don't have to know how to do anything. Call the Dallas AFL-CIO for more information, and the Dallas AFL-CIO number is 214-826-4808. Dallas County Block Walking starts at 10 o'clock on the 22nd.
That's right.
And we're going to start from my Union Hall,
Yes.
2218 East Main in Grand Prairie. I think they're going to be walking in Irving.
Yes.
I'm not sure, but anyway, they're going to start at 2218 East Main in Grand Prairie at 10 a.m. on February 22nd. Now, you pretty well have to be there at 10.
Yeah.
You don't want to come late because they send out crews, and you want to join a group. I don't know if it's just two-person
Yes.
crews or what.
That's our plan, is to have two-person crews.
Now, seniors usually get to drive.
Yeah.
We don't usually.
That's
Seniors
right.
don't usually have to run.
Yeah.
In and out of the car. But whatever you want to do, you can either drive or run in and out of the car. And you knock on doors or put on door hangers or something and try to get out the vote. They're going to be doing block walking February 22nd and February 23rd, and that's Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, we'll be walking from 10 to 1. And then on Sunday, I believe it's 1 to 4. Yes.
And then on the following, they're going to do that. They're going to do that 1 week from UAW 848, and then the following week they do this.
We'll be at
following
CWA
Saturday
Hall.
and Sunday. They do it from CWA Hall, 1408 North Washington.
That's
in
March
Dallas.
1st and 2nd, and with the same hours, 10 to 1 on Saturday and 1 to 4 on Sunday.
So that's knocking on doors and trying to get people to vote.
Yep.
At Volkswagen, I didn't see exact numbers, but I would say they lost by 43 votes. About 200 people didn't vote at all, so that really shows the importance of
Every
of
vote
voting.
counts.
The numbers I really want to see is I want to see how much money the billionaires spent to
union
frighten
out.
those workers into voting against their own interests.
Own best interests.
Well, that's America today. But the question is, what are you going to do about it?
And
All right.
and one way that you can do something about it is to keep this station on the air where you can continue to hear programming like this.
Yeah.
So
keep us on the air.
That's
Call
right.
972-647-1893.
And if you're shy, you can always go to knon.org. That is a completely safe and secure site. 972-647-1893. Wow, we just got a pledge.
That is so cool.
Ken Stevens was on the air with us last week. He's been coming in on Saturdays to help Neil and to learn the board. He used to do that back in college. Amazingly enough, he and Neil went to the same college. Not at the same time. Oh, the station. Your first job at a radio station was at the same place. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, we thank Kenneth for that pledge.
Thanks, Ken.
Now, also coming up, this is stuff that you're not going to get here on any other radio station. Communications Local 6215, that's Bonnie's Local, will be having an early voting rally at 11 o'clock. They're going to be there from 11 to 12 at the Records Building downtown. The Records Building is across the street from the old Red Courthouse. It's 509 Main Street. That'll be Tuesday, February the 18th. Join for an early voting rally. That's to encourage people to get out and vote. Now, if you're a senior, I encourage you to vote by mail. I already voted. I voted last week. Yeah. Well, you ought to see that ballot. It's really long.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah. But you can early vote beginning on Tuesday. Okay, on Wednesday, February 19th, from noon to 1 o'clock, at the Earl Cabell Federal Building, 1114 Commerce Street, Dallas, they're going to have a rally for the minimum wage. If you're for the minimum wage, then get down there and help boost it. This is organized by Organizing for Action, OFA. Here's another one. But first, a word from our sponsor, which is us.
972-647-1893. You know, we got some great premiums here. I've got the Knon Mardi Gras Gumbo Party, which actually is a gumbo kind of contest, like a chili cook-off. We learned last week that gumbo and okra it's the same word.
It's a French word for okra.
Yes. We didn't know that. You weren't here to tell us that. So a man called in and told us that.
It's the voice of the people.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
972-647-1893.
And for a $50 pledge, you can have 2 tickets to the Mardi Gras Gumbo Party, which is Sunday, March 2nd, beginning at 5 o'clock. $50 pledge gets you 2 tickets. I can't imagine getting a better meal from all these places that are cooking up some gumbo. And then if you got $75, you get a pair of tickets and a T-shirt. So credit card, debit, or bring the money in.
Okay, so make a pledge.
Yeah.
972-647-1893. And stay on and get on the air and tell us why you made your pledge.
Yeah.
Because we love it when you do.
Yes, we do.
And Kenneth is here right now. You can tell us why you made this pledge, Kenneth.
Yes, I'd like to thank Bonnie, Mathias, and Gene for representing us on the radio station, on the air, and talking about our issues that we have. And I encourage all my ADT and TYCO co-workers to make a pledge and support your local officer, Bonnie Mathias, and Gene. And thank you very much.
Okay, so by us, he means
Union folks.
Us working people.
That's right.
Us working people, 972-647-1893. Another thing that's coming up, Jobs with Justice and the Dallas AFL-CIO invite you to reflect on what difference faith can make at work and for worker rights. We'll meet February 26th at Oak Cliff United Methodist Church, 547 East Jefferson Boulevard, Dallas, from 7 to 8 p.m. Then there's an International Women's Day celebration.
Yeah, that's going to be
Dallas, the Texas and Dallas AFL-CIO, Job with Justice, and the Women's Alliance for Leadership invite you to our International Women's Day event on March the 8th, 1:30 to 4:30 at 1408 North Washington, East Dallas. The event is open to everyone, but it requires registration. Mm-hmm. There's a registration email. I can give it, but I don't know if anybody's going to copy this down. They better just
go to Jobs with Justice.
Yeah, go to the Jobs with Justice Facebook or
the website. Is it jwj.org?
No, the website is labordallas.org.
That's right,
labordallas.org. I'm so far behind on it. The speaker, though, on March the 8th will be Becky Moeller.
Yeah. Texas president of
inspiring woman, and
she's
one of
incredible.
the most inspiring women that I guess we've ever had in Texas labor.
She's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. She's right up there with Ann Richards in my book.
Yeah, you want to hear her. You want to hear her if you can.
Dynamic.
But if you're ready to fight back, if you want to stand up for working people, please help us stay on the air. That's one of the things you can do. You can call 972-647-1893 right now. Make a pledge and let us know that the radio station means something to you and you're willing to put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
And speaking of some good pledgers, Steve is on the phone. Thanks for making a pledge, Steve, and thanks for calling KNON. Good morning.
Good morning, Gene and Bonnie.
Good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to make a comment, about unions. When we look back to the 50s, both political parties, Democrats and Republicans, supported unions. President Eisenhower was pro-union.
Yes, he was.
And, if you look even back further, with the unions and guilds, they go back before our country was born. Our founding fathers met in a carpenter's union hall.
They certainly
and I believe
right.
Paul Revere was the head of the Silversmiths Guild. And I just think people should know that, and some of the history on unions. And then I just had another comment on the job creators and the laws of supply and demand. How small businesses need well-paid workers. There's a story that when a businessman was asked, did he need more tax cuts, he said, no, I need more customers with money to spend. And
boy, isn't that because if he has more customers with money to spend, then he can actually hire more workers, and it's a vicious circle, y'all.
Well, it's the supply and demand,
exactly.
That people overlook the demand side, and I just want to make another statement that you can comment on. That trickle down does not work, because money trickles up, and I just think we need to recognize the destructiveness of maximizing profit, where no amount of profit is good enough. Because a good and fair deal will prosper everyone. Mm-hmm. And one last thing, I just want to help tell people to remember that all wealth is created by the labor of people to satisfy customers.
That's it.
Yeah, and while we're talking about presidents, this goes all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, who received labor support in his bid for the presidency, and who said, he said, labor precedes capital and is it superior in every way. So
you got to have labor.
We have a lot of presidents that supported labor and a lot of labor that supported presidents.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep, you're welcome.
You have a great day, sir.
Those are words of wisdom from a man who's making a pledge to KNON.
Yep.
You can make your pledge at 972-647-1893. You are not going to get another radio station or another program in this area that's going to stand up for working people.
That's right.
And if you keep this one, then you'll have one.
That's right. Then you'll have a sum total of one.
I don't know. There are other people who would like to get on this station who would like to speak up also for progressive causes, and that may happen, but it's going to take some support, some listener support, to prove that it can be done. Right. 972-647-1893.
Hey, I got Mardi Gras beads too.
What do you get?
What do you get? 36-inch green beads with a 3.5-inch black circular medallion that has the KNON logo on it in gold.
I'm trying to picture 36-inch beads.
Those are long. Those are really long.
You mean the string is 36?
Yes. Not the size of the bead.
Not one bead.
Oh, man.
All right. 972-647-1893. Well, how much do you have to pledge to get the Mardi Gras beads?
$40 gets you 4 strands of beads.
I see.
That's pretty cool. These are nice.
We have to take a break. 972-647-1893. We're back on the Workers' Beat. Still begging for money. 972-647-1893 is the number.
Well, I'm throwing out a pledge to all of our listeners that work for YP or AT&T or Via or ADT Tyco. Come on, guys. Ken, he gave us a pledge. I'm about to give my pledge. So I encourage everybody to call and give us no pledge is too small, no pledge is too large. We're really close to our goal, so we would like to knock this out if we can. And, we got a really special thing that you can get for $500. It's pretty cool. You get a pair of tickets to every KNON benefit for the entire year.
That's a whole bunch.
Oh, my gosh, like 40 or 50 shows a year. So I don't know, can you share the tickets, Neil, do you know? Can you share the tickets? Like, if you can't go to something, can you give the tickets to a friend?
I think so.
Okay, well, that'd be cool. I mean, that's a heck of a deal. Sons of Herman Hall, they have that Thanksgiving breakfast here at...
that old hall is worth seeing just for itself.
My God, it's incredible, especially since those guys worked and restored all that. Oh, my gosh, it is incredible.
It's a bit of history.
It is. It was built back in the 1800s, I believe. Late 1800s by the Sons of Herman. It had a bowling alley in it at one time. That's very cool. Very cool place.
So for $500, you can get for a $500 pledge, you can get tickets to all of the KNON fundraisers, and they play some funky music.
Oh man, all kinds. There's some stuff coming up.
This is a very eclectic music station.
Next Saturday is Lucky Peterson Blues Review. That should be awesome. That's going to be at Sons of Herman next Saturday. Yep. Next Saturday night. What's that? Latin freestyle. Oh, that was last night. Oh, no, that's tonight. I'm sorry. That's tonight at the Players Club in Oak Cliff. Latin freestyle something. Valentine's Day
They bring
party.
a lot of music into the community because KNON fundraisers are not these lavish fundraisers like you see.
No,
ex-President Bush put on, but they make a little money and they deserve to be supported.
And we got cool stuff too.
972-647-1893. If you're writing a check or something, please put Workers Beat on it somewhere, because otherwise we won't get credit for it. And we want to get credit for it because otherwise we may join the 18 or so other programs that have been cut off, that have had to leave KNON because they couldn't carry their weight.
Wasn't it 18 shows, 12 shows in the past 3 years that have been...
It's 18,
18 shows. Yep, there it is, 18 shows in the past 3 years due to lack of listener support.
We've had some support last time from Groovy Gus, from Don, Catherine, Deborah, James, Rick, Jean, Bonnie, Martha, and Marjorie. That was in the last drive, and mostly in the last drive. And where we need your support for this one. We're supposed to raise $1,000. So far, the Walmart company has never come through. I always ask because I know that they would like to do as much for us as they possibly could. And they've got. I'm just asking for their pocket change.
Yeah, right.
Just whatever they happen to have in their pockets.
I'll bet we could end this pledge drive right now with what they have in their pocket.
And buy the station, because
we don't want them to buy the station.
Several $1 million would probably come from just whatever they're carrying around with them at the time. What they were just about to spend on some gold-plated automobile or something. 972-647-1893. If you're listening, Walmart, please pitch in. If you're not Walmart, please pitch in anyway, because so far I've been asking, I guess it's about 15 years now, I've been asking the Walmart family to pitch in, and somehow the word hasn't gotten to them, or they forgot, or I'm sure they have some reason.
I'm sure they have a very good reason.
But 972-647-1893 is the number. Please call us and help out. The minimum wage issue is very, very big right now, and it's something that the president is for. A lot of congresspersons have come out for it. I know that Eddie Bernice Johnson is for it because I got to see her a week before last. And the New York Times has written an editorial in favor of raising the minimum wage to $10.10, and they offer solid background on the issue. So they say, no, it's not about teenage workers. In fact, most of the minimum wage workers, the average minimum wage worker in America is in their 30s. We're not talking about kids here. A higher wage would help millions of workers trying to get by, and $10.10 is not really adequate, but it sure beats $7.25, which is the minimum wage today.
I heard yesterday that by raising these folks up to $10.10, it will allow many people to come out of poverty.
It's even worse if you happen to be a server in a restaurant.
Oh.
Your minimum wage will be $2.13 an hour, and you will be expected to earn the remaining $5.12 toward the pathetic full minimum wage in tips. So if you're working in restaurants, your minimum wage is $2.13 an hour. Can you believe that, brothers and sisters? That wouldn't even pay your gas to come to work.
Nope.
972-647-1893 if you want to stand up for the minimum wage, if you want to stand up for truth and democracy, if you want to stand up for saving America, if you want to stand up for the right to organize, please help us at KNON and help the Workers Beat to stay on the air. 972-647-1893. Now you can also go to, on your computer, you can go to knon.org and push the button for make a donation. Now, there's a trick to this. You make the donation, and by the way, they never sell their mailing list.
Nope.
They never sell these your names to somebody else. Most of them do, When somebody asks for your name and phone number, like Radio Shack, or somebody asks for your phone number, that's money for them. If you have plenty of people's names and phone numbers and something about their buying habits and stuff like that, they sell that. They sell it on Facebook and organizations online. Anyway, KNON does not. They do not sell their lists, and they don't use your credit card number for anything except just your pledge, and that's all. So you can go online and do it, and here's the trick. You have to, when they come to the part where they say, what's your favorite program, you have to put Workers Beat. If you don't put Workers Beat, we won't get the money. So even if it's not true, please
just say that.
Just say Workers Beat on there.
Yeah.
It's one of those little things in life when everything's not as nice and pure as we'd like to be.
And I really need you guys to, come on now, cough it up. If I can make a pledge, you can make a pledge. I don't have a job. Yeah, I do, sort of. I mean, I work at the union hall every day. But, it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
People think that us union officials, man, we're kicking it. We're making the big bucks. Mm-hmm. That would not be the truth.
Bobby called and made the pledge. Is Bobby on the line?
No. Okay. Well, thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby, for making the pledge.
Thank you
We're gonna
very
split that
much.
one with Reverend Barnett.
Okay.
On Church and Info.
That's cool.
So we're very, very grateful for Steve and Bobby and Ken for making the pledges this morning, and for all the people that have made pledges in the past. 972-647-1893. Bonnie sat right over there and wrote her check.
That's right.
So
and then added $10 because I realized that I couldn't get what I wanted unless I had 60. So I wrote a check and added 10 because I really want the long sleeve T-shirt, the new one, charcoal gray with the blue design. That's what I want. But man, we got some cool stuff. Oh, we saw Joshua the other night. He's on the phone.
Joshua's online. Can we put him on? Okay. Good morning, Joshua. Thanks for calling.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for doing the show.
You're welcome.
Hey, I just wanted to add my voice to those encouraging others to pledge. We've been in our pledge last week. There's something that's starting to really kind of trouble me. As much as I love KNON, well, the policy of cutting programs, cutting radio shows that can't get the money is something that, to some degree, it's kind of what we're fighting against in around the world for that kind of a logic. I wonder what y'all think the chances are for encouraging the station to change that policy, because some programs might not have the listeners that can put up the kind of money that other kinds of programs might have.
How would you do it? How would you do it? I mean, how would you, since there are people volunteering and coming in all the time saying, I want to do a radio show, how would you do it? Would you just say, well, everybody that wants a radio show gets one? Because then you'd run out of space and some of them wouldn't be able to get on. So how would you do it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't thought about it that much, about what an alternative would be. Maybe the alternative would be the station could request money for the station in general, and then just have a committee decide what are the kinds of programs we'd like to have from that. But like I said, I love the station, but there's just...
But you'd still be leaving some people off, you see, because like right now, they probably got applications from 3 or 4 organizations or people who want to have a program on KNON, and they're not getting on because we're on. So how would you do it?
Yeah, no, I see your point. I guess if there's greater demand than there is supply, then there's
be great to have another KNON. We could have KNON 2.0 or something.
That would be cool.
Put on a lot more.
That would be cool.
I would like to see a lot more talk shows. You know, you were saying that KNON's not doing that. That not everybody who wants a program on KNON gets to have a program on KNON. We used to have a lot of talk shows, and the truth is that they couldn't cut it.
They weren't supported.
They weren't supported.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. It's something that I see that if there are more people who want shows than there are available spots, then there's a problem. Yeah, create another KNON. That'd be nice too.
That'd be great.
That would be good. Well,
thanks
a lot more money.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the work y'all do. I appreciate it. And
thanks, Joshua.
Everyone has a good morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joshua, for supporting us.
Joshua came out.
Keeping us on the air.
Yeah, helping keeping us on the air. He came out the other night to the program that we had at the Union Hall that Jobs with Justice put on.
That was on slave insurrections.
Slave rebellions. Cool. Man, that was really good. I enjoyed it.
I was really impressed.
Yeah.
There's
good.
a little note on the AFL-CIO, Dallas AFL-CIO's website about that and about all of the things that are coming up because there are so many things coming up. Demonstrations, rallies, get out the vote efforts, ways that people can even if they don't have any money, that they can
get involved,
put their feet into it.
Feet's on the street.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Feet's on the street.
Well, it's either that or lay down and take it. Because,
no, not an option.
The rich people have a plan for you. The rich people do. I don't know if God has a plan for you or not, but I know the rich people have a plan for you, and that is for you to work for nothing, to starve to death and let your kids go naked, because they have a plan for you that you will just produce for them and nothing else. And because
when you give rich people more money, Poor people are happy.
That's their mantra. That's how they figured it all out. The more money you give to rich people, the happier it makes everybody. They think.
I'm just amazed.
They define everybody as the other rich people.
Crazy.
972-647-1893. We don't claim, Bonnie and I are both volunteers.
That's right.
We don't claim to be the best person you could possibly have doing this or standing up for working people. We just say we're the only ones.
That's right.
We're the only ones on the air, on the media. If you attend very many meetings of working people, they'll tell you all the time that they hate the media. They hate the stations, the television stations, and the newspapers and everything, because they slant everything toward the rich people, and it's absolutely true.
Yep, I sure do. That's right.
This program is a shining light. It's a torch in the darkness for working people.
That's right.
And
we need you
to
help
us. keep us staying on.
Keep us on the air, because it's really important. We don't have millions of dollars behind us. We have hundreds of volunteers that come in here. It's pretty impressive. It's a great place. It really is. And man, you can get all kinds of gifts, or if you don't want to gift, we will certainly just take your entire pledge and don't give it to the show. But if you want to gift, we have bunches. We got Mardi Gras beads. We got this gumbo. All
kinds of T-shirts.
Yeah, T-shirts, bowling shirts, work shirts. Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff.
The teachers are doing a bowl-a-thon. You made me think about that.
I saw that, yeah.
I think it's next Saturday.
I think so.
They're standing up for the minimum wage, too, and so is most of the working people of America trying to stand up for the minimum wage. That's a really big issue right now because the president's for it. Right. He brought it up in the State of the Union message.
Sure did.
So it's a really good one. I've got some good news for everybody that is worried about jobs in America. So make a pledge, and I'll tell you the good news.
The tickler. There you go.
972-647-1893. The good news came into this morning's paper. President Joe Biden has said that it looks like the Trans-Pacific Trade Agreement is not going to happen. He says that the Democrats have stopped it, even though the Republicans have been challenging the president to push it through. And the president's been for it, and the labor people just say, well, the president's wrong on this one. Trans-Pacific Partnership is not going to happen in this Congress.
Thank God. Yay!
Well, you can thank God, too, but you should also thank the 200 people that turned out last Friday.
Amen.
Downtown Dallas, because they and other people around the country who have made it clear what these so-called trade agreements actually do, and how they cost us jobs, and how they hurt the economy, and how they hurt working people, how they hurt the environment, how they threaten prices of pharmaceuticals. That's why
the safety of pharmaceuticals.
That's why the seniors got in on it, because of the pharmaceuticals. But generally speaking, all working people oppose this trade agreement. The president was for it. Most of the Republicans are for it. Speaker Boehner was for it, and he was challenging the president to push harder for it and that sort of thing. But it ain't going to happen. Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic leader of Congress, of the House of Representatives, came out against it last week. The previous week, the leader of the Democrats in the Senate said it's not going to happen. And if he says it's not going to happen,
it ain't going to happen.
It's probably not.
Tell him, Harry.
It's very hard to get anything on the Senate floor without his approval.
That's right.
So he said it was not going to happen. And now the Vice President, Joe Biden, has announced that it is not going to happen. Go ahead. What's this?
Okay, we have Art on line one. Art. Oh, we have one. Okay, we're not going to take any calls until after break. So if y'all want to hang on, because we're going to have a little break here in just a minute.
Yeah, we'll be thinking about making your pledge. That was the good news.
Yeah.
We won one.
Yes, we did.
We're not going to have the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and that's a really big one.
That's huge.
Because those other trade issues, they were also lousy, and they got passed.
I bet those 600 corporations are mad as hell, don't you know?
972-647-1893. Call and make a pledge. We're back on the Workers' Speak. Gene Lantz and
Bonnie Mathias, and we're going to get right to the phones because they were pleasant and patient enough to wait. So Art on line 1, good morning.
Hello?
Hi. You're on.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Thank you so much.
No problem. Hey, I got a question for you. And like I said last week, basically, we're going for our re-up on our contract here next month.
Uh-huh.
What we're running into a lot of flack from everything, from wrongful termination to them making us work a 6-day work week and a 4-day work week, and not to mention the blending of, non-members
right.
who try to do everything they can to break us and crack us. And granted, we're all standing strong together, but is there anything else that, you all might be able to give us some advice on to be able to try to make things easier for us, or
well,
how does that work?
I will tell you that I am in contact with the company regarding this change in the hours, and my answer to the company when they asked me was Article 6, Section 2B or Section 1B. I didn't have anything else to say.
Those are articles of
your contract, Art. Mm-hmm. So, when they asked me what I was talking about, I just gave them the article of the contract. I mean, it's very clear. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, not Tuesday through Saturday. So, I'm waiting to hear back from him, and I have advised our staff that I have multiple grievances pending. I'm trying to settle this informally, if you will, but I'm not getting anywhere, so they're about to go formal.
I can also answer part of the question, Art. The question was, what are we going to do? The company this is going on with almost everybody that's listening. The company is trampling on our rights. Some people have a contract, and the companies trample on that. Some people don't have a contract, so they just trample directly anyway. The part of the answer is in community support. What we have to do is develop community support so that when one of us is attacked, all of us are attacked, right. And everybody understands that we have an investment in each other. And I'm proud to say that the AFL-CIO is doing that. Dallas AFL-CIO sponsored a meeting last night. Rosemarie Rieger is leading this charge, and they are it's a community engagement program, and they are looking forward to developing a united support for all working people. And nobody could do this but the union movement, because they're the only ones that are organized. They're the only ones that even have a place to meet. So I'm very, very proud of the Dallas AFL-CIO led by Mark York now, and developing this community engagement program.
Yep. So that's we're trust me, there's going to be some more stuff coming up. We'll be having some mobilization activities here in the very near future.
Thanks a lot, Art, for calling.
Thanks, Art. Thanks for the
problem, guys. Thank you.
So let's take Stephanie's call, and I want to talk some more about this. Thanks for calling, Stephanie.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to make a comment about what you were talking about at the beginning of the show about the word gumbo and okra.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
To clear it up, gumbo is an African word.
I see.
It comes from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
The plant itself, okra, is not indigenous to this country. It came over during the slave trade. Mm-hmm. And how people got it confused with the French is because after the revolution in Haiti, many of the French fled into New Orleans, and they captured many of the slaves that they could to bring with them. Mm-hmm. And that cuisine went into New Orleans, but it is African in origin.
Okay.
And just like the word Creole to begin with was not a French word. There were a group of people. There's a island, off the coast of West Africa. It's up above Ghana. If you look at a very, very old map, it's spelled with a K, not with a C. And that's how the word Creole during the Portuguese slave trade was brought into this country.
I see. Okay. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
That's another good thing about KNON and listener-supported radio.
You learn stuff.
Yeah, you learn some important stuff.
It's pretty cool.
972-647-1893 if you'd like to keep us on the air, because
please.
We need to be.
Yes, we do.
What we were saying a while ago to Art was that they're trying to develop more of of a united community response. And I'm proud to say that KNON's Workers Beat program is proud to be part of that.
Yes.
That when working people move, when working people hurt, when working people need a response, that we can help get the word out.
That's our job.
If we're
That's
still
right.
on the air.
That's right, because we have to be here to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we are so close to the end of the pledge drive. You know, we don't want to have pledge drive again next weekend, so we really need everybody to call in and make a pledge and understand that by doing so, you keep us on the air.
Bonnie, tell us about Yellow Pages. What is going on with the fight there?
Well, we are going to be returning to the bargaining table on the 20th. That's next Thursday. We had a wonderful activity, a mobilization activity yesterday for Valentine's Day. I brought cupcakes and juice boxes, and we had big red hearts and big cupids with hearts that we wrote messages to the company. You know, have a heart, give us a fair contract.
Has the company been dealing with you in a fair and above board way?
Not really, no, sir. I believe there may have been some labor board charges filed for unfair labor practice. You know, our Vice President, Claude Cummings, he is really, he's hanging in there. He is hanging in there because he knows the other districts caved and allowed this company to take away a lot of the things that they had earned. And he is not willing to do that.
So the Yellow Pages company is doing a takeaway thing against their workers.
Yes.
And of course they're going to say, you know, we need you to make these concessions because otherwise we'll go out of business or something.
Right.
That's what they told the American Airlines workers. And do you know they're making record profits? That their profits have just gone through the roof, and the reason because they're not paying as much for labor.
There you go.
So they just took the money and ran.
And you know that's what these folks would like to do as well. But we have got to understand that we are one. Every single one of us, whether you're a member of a union or not, if you are among the working families of this country, which we are the majority, hello. You know, we have to stand as one. We have to stand as one. So all my folks out there that made Valentine's for the company yesterday, we took some pictures and sent them off to district. So we'll get those photos up. Thank you very much for participating. And we got to keep up the pressure. Thursday, red on Thursday, black on Friday, red on Thursday, black on Friday, until we get a fair contract.
What does that mean? Are they wearing T-shirts?
No, we wear red clothing, something red on Thursday, and that's always been to signify our solidarity.
I see.
And also our solidarity with the brother that was killed in a strike back in 1989.
I see.
It was on a Thursday. And we wear black on Friday until we get a contract, because we're in mourning. We have no contract.
I see. So this is just part of the solidarity effort.
That's right.
972-647-1893 if you want to be part of our solidarity effort. I'm fixing to tell you why this recession has been so bad and why it has lasted so long. If you call and make a pledge, I'll be happy to tell you. 972-647-1893. Or you can you can just get online. It's Labor Day. It's it's KNON.org. Make your pledge and put Workers Beat as your favorite program, and we'll get credit for it.
Yeah.
You can also just write a check and mail it to us. Here's the address: 5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas 75235. 5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas 75235. Yeah, I hate going on and on about this, and I hope that we get the fund drive over with so that we can go back to just carefree expressions of what's going on with working people. But the fact is somebody's got to pay the bills, and so this is why the station conducts these fund drives. It used to be easier than it is now. Of course, times are hard.
That's right. People. That's right. It's tough.
972-647-1893. A simple answer to why the recession has been the longest recession, I guess, ever for working people is government spending. Normally, when times get rough in America, we see more government spending, but in this particular one, we've seen less government spending. In 2012, the last year with data, public investment for non-defense purposes was falling precipitously relative to potential gross domestic product, or GDP, the maximum sustainable output of the economy. This comes from the Economic Policy Institute. There are a bunch of economists who aren't afraid to help working people. Most economists are owned outright by the rich people, and this is one small group that's not, Economic Policy Institute. And what they're basically saying is that government spending, instead of going up in hard times as it should, as it always has ever since the 30s, it went down. Austerity, in other words, the cutting of government spending, has been the reason for this awful, prolonged, desperate period of unemployment that just won't go away.
It's pretty rough.
It's not expected to go away. At the rate that they're saving jobs now, or the rate that they're producing jobs, it is better than it was. Things much better than when President Obama got elected. There's been a slow, very steady improvement, but boy, is it ever slow. They're expecting to get back to full employment in 6 years. I don't expect that to happen, but that's what the Economic Policy Institute says. This is at this rate, if you just take the numbers and say we're adding this many jobs, this average, you know, and if we keep on doing that, it'll take us 6 years to get back to where we were in 2007, as far as the number of people that are working as opposed to the number of people looking for a job.
Right.
So it's better than it was, but it's changing so slowly. It's like a glacier.
Well, because we have a huge mountain of money that is being poured into keeping the middle class as small as possible. You know, we talked a little while ago about the VW plant in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, let me tell you about 13 billboards that were purchased by Center for Worker Freedom. Doesn't that sound good?
Sounds like something the Koch brothers came out.
There you go. And one of them says United Auto Workers, but they X'd out auto and wrote Obama underneath. United Obama Workers.
I see.
The UAW spends millions to elect liberal politicians, including Barack Obama. Yes, we spent millions, right? They spent billions. Billions. Do you hear me? Billions.
And they spent more money just to turn around that particular vote in the Volkswagen plant in Tennessee. 972-647-1893 if you want to fight back. The important thing, several important things can be learned from the fight at Volkswagen, but I think the most important thing is that politics is as important or more important than organizing. Because they were ready to organize the plant. They already had a majority of the workers said that they wanted to have the union. The company said okay. It was the politicians and the big money behind the politicians who came in and turned that situation around and dealt a defeat to the working people.
89% of hourly employees voted. It was 789%. 89%.
I bet the other 11% are feeling awful sorry.
I bet they sure are, because they didn't vote. Now they're screwed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, Volkswagen's not that bad of a company to work for, I suppose.
Wouldn't it be better if they had a voice in their workplace?
The UAW had a lot of help from the metal workers in Europe who have already organized all the Volkswagen plants over there and been making fine cars for a long time. And so they had that help, and so the Volkswagen plant themselves were not against it. I want to put Brian on the air in our last few minutes. Okay, thanks. Brian is calling. Thanks for calling KNON.
Hey, this is Brian Saucer with ADT.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's everybody today?
Good, good.
I just wanted to call in and remind everybody that I'm still around.
That's right, Brian. You are. You are. And
you might not see me, but I'm there in spirit.
That's right.
Was there some question about it?
Well, Brian was actually terminated from one of the companies that we're about to bargain with.
It's a good union member that they didn't like having around.
There you go. There you go. So we're fighting. We're fighting to get him back to work as soon as possible.
Brian, how's it going?
Well, it's going all right. I just wanted to tell everybody that, I'm still around, and that if it wasn't for the union, that I probably wouldn't be calling in today in such a chipper mood.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, Brian. It really does.
Bonnie has really stood up for the local 6215's rights, and she's doing a good job, man. I want everybody out there to know it.
You're so sweet. Thank you. You're making me blush.
Oh, come on now.
Brian,
thank you, Brian.
You want to put in a good word for KNON while you're at it?
I sure do. KNON does a lot for our community. They do a lot of public service, and they're a good station to listen to.
Thank you. So that's why everybody needs a call and pledge to keep us on the air, right?
That's right.
Right.
So if you thought Brian was defeated by the company, or that he was down, and that he was
man, it'll take a lot more than ADT to bring me down.
Amen, brother. Amen. Hey, come on out to the to our rally on Tuesday for the early vote rally. We'll be downtown Dallas at the Records Building from 11 to 12.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for
Brian. Thank you. You too.
Thanks for standing up for working people. If you want to stand up for working people, and if you want to keep this station as a part of that, you want to keep this program as part of that, call 972-647-1893, or get on knon.org and make a pledge and put Workers Beat on your pledge. Or you have to tell them it's your favorite station.
Yeah.
And
your favorite show.
Or just write a check and send it to 5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas 75235.
That's right.
Because we need it.
Yep, we do.
We want to stay on the air.
We want to stay on the air.
And we want to keep on helping working people.
We do. That's great.
We'll be out with the Get Out the Vote effort.
Yes.
Tarrant County starts today. It starts in 2 minutes in Tarrant County, so you're going to have to hurry if you're going to get over to 4025 Roof Snow. And we'll be out with the Dallas phone banking at 10 o'clock on February 17th.
Yep.
At
Monday, Tuesday, and
Alliance
Thursday.
AFT Union Hall, 334 Center Street in Dallas. They are not just saying union people have to do this. They're saying everybody.
That's right. We want union and non-union. We want anybody who is interested in phone banking, come on down.
Working people are in it together.
That's right.
And
we are one.
We are in it with you as long as we last. 972-647-1893. We don't have to be here when you call, but you can call and make a pledge.
That's right.
We'll be back next week. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.